Wave premiere of
Don't Cry for Me, Argentina.
Vita.
The truth is I never left you.
And September 25th, 1981, the Rolling Stones kick off an American tour with the first of two nights at Philadelphia's JFK Stadium. I'm Brandon Brooks, and that's Rewind.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
When illness or injury turns everyday moments into uphill battles, there are medical professionals who step in with skill, compassion, and unwavering dedication. My name is Joey P. I'm CEO of Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, and we are proud to highlight this month's MMC Heart for Healing recipient.
Dr. Matthew Perkins brings warmth, expertise, and a personal touch to every patient interaction. With a calm demeanor and attentive nature, he listens closely and provides clear, thoughtful guidance. His commitment to compassionate, patient-focused care has earned him the respect and gratitude of those he serves. Congratulations, Dr. Matthew Perkins of Tennessee Medicine and Pediatrics, a trusted physician making a real difference in Rutherford County.
If a doctor, nurse, or other medical professional has made a difference in your life, tell your good neighbor station, WGNS. Nominate them for the MMC Heart for Healing Award and help us recognize the medical heroes in our community.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett. Weekday mornings at 10.
WGNS, your good neighbor station.
Rutherford County's place to talk. We're the Good Neighbor Network. FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro. FM 100.5 Smyrna. Audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it in the next hour here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues, here from News Radio, WGNS, and Big G TV. The show is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, they have delivered reliable service and peace of mind for 90 years at MTE. Find out about how you can get connected. Lots of great resources at mte.com, or the wonderful resource of the My MTE app. You should download it in the App Store, and you can manage your account. Helps you improve your energy habits and much more with the My MTE app. So glad that you have decided to make us a part of your day. Got a little weather to talk about. Looking forward to the weekend. Not going to get much warmer today, but I'm telling you, tomorrow, splendid. The weekend, absolutely gorgeous. Into next week, we're not talking about mid-90s. It's just going to feel very comfortable. So we get a payoff from all the rain that we've had. And we're going to talk a little fall colors this morning and kind of look at that in our forecast here for the next few. So hang in with us for all of that. Time for our salutes today. And let's start with our SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day. Stacy Anderson is the good neighbor for always having a smile and kind word for everyone that she meets. So Stacy Anderson is going to receive flowers from Jenny Harrison and our friends at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and WGNS. This good neighbor salute, built by SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, and proud to support the neighbors who build up our community. That's SRM Concrete. Today, along with Ryan Flowers, saluting Stacy Anderson, our good neighbor of the day. You can send in SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day by texting the word neighbor to 615-893-1450 or head to wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor. Two of the super easy, very easy, super simple ways, not words, ways. That's another W word. One of the many ways that you can get it into us. What happens is the word neighbor triggers an auto response, and it will send you a link, and it'll say, just send in your good neighbor of the day, tap here, and that's it. So wgnsradio.com/good neighbor gets them there to us as well. Let's see. How about our birthday club winner? So every weekday we announce birthdays. And so like tomorrow, since it's Friday and Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th are weekends, we handle those a bit differently. So on Friday, we will do the 27th birthday, Saturday, and on Monday, we'll do the 28th birthdays. So that way we get in each weekday. But on the Slick Pig Barbecue Birthday Club, and we make the announcement, send in your birthdays, anniversaries, let us know who's celebrating. We do that throughout the morning, and then around 8 o'clock, we give away the banana pudding. So anytime before the birthday, say around 7:30, that's kind of our cutoff time, send in birthdays and anniversaries. We announce everyone's name on the air around 8 and give away banana pudding from Slick Pig Barbecue, 1920 East Main Street, cooking up the best barbecue, ribs, wings for 30 years out there on East Main Street near the university. And don't forget those desserts. They've been making some great desserts for all these years too. And maybe you just haven't decided to try their banana pudding or their scrumptious cakes and pies. Some dessert goes a long way just to top off a great meal. Slick Pig, 1920 East Main.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
All right, let's send you outside on Big G TV so you can see what's going on out there. And I can tell you that currently in Murfreesboro, 72 degrees at the airport. We've got 71 here at our studios, 70 degrees with some light rain in Smyrna. I'll look at your Rutherford weather radar in a moment. But after a little more rain, we're in for some just really spectacular weather.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms at times here for this afternoon, with cloudy skies, a high in the low 80s. Winds out of the northwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, a slight chance for showers and storms early on. Mostly cloudy, a low near 63. By Friday, partial sunshine develops, high of 79 degrees. Saturday, mostly sunny and a high around 82. Sunday, we'll see some sunshine, a high of 84 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much. And let's take a look at our Rutherford weather radar. Got a few light showers showing up in North Rutherford County, really from Florence, the Roland Estates, Estes Acres subdivisions. Laverne, Smyrna dealing with some light rain. What does our models, what does our futurecast, I should say, really talk about in terms of today's weather? Well, going to have off and on showers, maybe even a rumble or two of thunder through the afternoon and early evening hours. Then about 7:30, 8 o'clock, things begin to taper off. But expect increasing showers and storms today. Those storms not expected to be severe, which is a good deal. We're going to take a look here at our hazards, and not really being outlooked for any severe weather today. Tomorrow, not even outlooked for any thunderstorms. So that is good news. How about our drought monitor? Drought has really been helped a little bit, but I think that is going to be updated later today. And our temperature outlook here for the next 6 to 10 days, above normal temperatures, but normal this time of the year is, like low 80s. So we're going to be in the mid to upper 80s. So that doesn't mean scorching temperatures. Next 8 to 14 days, still about a 50-50 chance of staying above normal. So a little warmer than normal, but precipitation, equal chances of being near normal, which is not a lot during this time of the year. September is our second driest month. October, the driest month of the year. So that's a look at our outlooks. And I told you we were going to talk a little fall foliage, right? So where are the best colors? Well, here in Middle Tennessee, little to no color. You got to go to East Tennessee to see some of that. But if you're one of those fall color enthusiasts, you'll want to head up to the Northeast. High color reported up in the Potomac Wildlife Management area and further on into the Northeast, where they've got a lot of showers and storms occurring up in that neck of the woods. But as we get closer and deeper into the season, we'll see where the moderate colors and high colors come into play. That's going to be later on here for Tennessee, but a lot of people like to travel east to see those, and we're starting to get a few reports in the Smoky Mountains of low color. So October is going to be a big month for that. That is a look at your Rutherford weather forecast. Don't forget to check us out at rutherfordwx.com. That's rutherfordwx.com. Facebook, YouTube, X, and other social media platforms are right there on the homepage. And pick your favorite, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and during impactful and severe weather, we're live on the channel giving you updates. You can see the radar. We've got our storm specialist, meteorologist Ray Miller, who joins in, and local meteorologist and storm tracker with that is our friend Justin Bailey. And so with that all happening, we'll keep you updated on what's happening weather-wise. So again, that's rutherfordwx.com. And during warnings, we're live on FM 1019, 100.5, wgnsradio.com as well. It's 20 minutes after 10, and that is a look at your forecast here this morning.
This is MTSU President Sidney McPhee. You're listening to WGNS, your local connection to Blue Raider Athletics.
WGNS AM, FM, online.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Well, U.S. stocks fell for a third day with the technology-heavy NASDAQ leading the way, despite positive economic data indicating a better-than-expected second quarter U.S. GDP growth rate. The weekly jobless claims coming in below expectations. Investors remained net sellers after an outsized rally in the markets in recent weeks and ahead of a potential U.S. government shutdown looming next week. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down, but down about 62 points. 46,058. S&P is down 28, 6909. NASDAQ ahead 99, 22. 398.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Our Big G TV coverage brought to you by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, the only multi-specialty physician-owned medical practice in Rutherford County. Serving the community with primary and specialty care, MMC is committed to keeping you healthy for life. Time to check on the world news scene on WGNS. This update brought to you by our friends at Heritage South Community Credit Union.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. The White House threatens mass firings going beyond temporary furloughs if there's a government shutdown next week. CBS's Ed O'Keefe says the showdown with congressional Democrats has intensified.
In exchange for their votes, Democrats want concessions like rolling back this year's Medicaid cuts and extending health insurance tax credits. President Trump canceled a meeting with Democratic congressional leaders that was scheduled for today, calling their demands ridiculous. Last night, those same Democratic leaders responded to the threat of layoffs, calling them an act of intimidation, and telling the administration to, quote, get lost.
New government numbers just out today indicate a 3% reduction in the federal workforce since January. On the economy, turns out growth in the second quarter of the year was better than the first estimate.
The Commerce Department revised second quarter GDP to a rate of 3.8%, up from the previous estimate of 3.3%. Consumer spending remained resilient during the second quarter, rising 2.5%.
I think maybe some of it is people are trying to buy ahead before prices go up from tariffs.
PNC Chief Economist Gus Fauché.
We do expect to see slower GDP growth in the second half of 2025 as businesses pass more of their higher tariff costs on along to consumers.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
President Trump is pushing for a criminal case against former FBI Director James Comey amid accusations he lied to Congress. CBS's Jake Rosen says the clock is ticking.
The statute of limitations would lapse on Tuesday, so we're expecting charges if they're brought before then. President Trump has been pressuring something to be done about his Justice Department investigating someone, and it appears that Comey could potentially be that first domino to fall. However, it's unclear whether they actually have the evidence to actually move forward on this investigation and get a grand jury to actually secure that indictment.
Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin says it will stop scheduling patients for abortions beginning next week as it deals with Medicaid funding cuts in the Trump tax and spending bill. The president's expected to sign an executive order today paving the way for the wrap-up of a deal to sell TikTok's U.S. assets to a group of mostly American investors. CBS's Natalie Brand.
Some analysts and lawmakers say and even worry that China could use this TikTok deal as leverage as these broader trade negotiations continue. And we know that Congress members who have raised for years concerns, national security concerns around TikTok, this popular app, will be scrutinizing the details of this deal.
Starbucks says it's laying off around 900 non-retail employees and closing some stores as it focuses more of its money on reviving the brand. Checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 38 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Bigger isn't always better. When it comes to your financial institution, don't send your money to some far-off bank in another state. At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we help when others won't. We've been serving our community since 1957 and are still locally owned and operated in Middle Tennessee. If you're tired of talking to artificial intelligence and computer screens and branches, give Heritage South a try. Learn more at heritagesouth.org. Insured by NCUA.
SRM Concrete. With every new day, every sunrise, we build structures that stand the test of time. And upon their foundations are our homes, where we work, where our kids go to school. And with that comes tremendous pride. We don't just make concrete. We build relationships, trust, confidence. We're SRM Concrete. Build with us.
Donating is easy at America's thrift stores. They're proud to partner with Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee to help grant life-changing wishes for local children battling critical illnesses. When you donate gently used clothing and household items, you're giving more than stuff. You're giving hope. Every donation helps Make-A-Wish bring joy to a child right here in Middle Tennessee. Drop off donations today at the new location in Murfreesboro at the corner of Middle Tennessee and MLK Jr. Boulevard. Learn more at americasthrift.com/Murfreesboro.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. Now, an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
Big news out of Murfreesboro on Tuesday. A nearly 2-year-long undercover investigation into illegal drugs, firearms, and gang activity has come to a point where on Tuesday, Murfreesboro authorities confirmed that 33 people, again, 33 individuals connected to a deadly fentanyl trafficking ring have been named. And once more, this is after nearly a 2-year-long undercover investigation into illegal drugs, firearms, and gang activity. Larry Flowers, Public Safety Information Director of the Murfreesboro Police Department, opened the press conference on Tuesday by stating,
"Let me first begin by saying it's a great day for the city of Murfreesboro as well as several communities throughout the Middle Tennessee area with the indictments of 33 individuals for drug trafficking, gang activity, as well as firearms. And as 3 of them were charged with second-degree murder."
The operation stemmed from the fatal overdose of a Murfreesboro man in November of 2023. Detectives with the Murfreesboro Police Department's Special Investigations Section and agents from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation led the joint probe with support from the Metro Nashville Police Department.
I'm Lieutenant Matthew Boguski with the Nashville Police Department's Specialized Investigations Division. I can't emphasize enough the magnitude and importance of the investigation we are announcing today. I assure you lives have been saved in Nashville, Rutherford County, and the entire region.
The investigation revealed a large-scale network of fentanyl suppliers and distributors operating between Nashville, Murfreesboro, and surrounding Middle Tennessee communities. At the press conference, WGNS asked Flowers about the cartel and the gang involvement.
Well, that's part of the ongoing investigation, exactly what cartel was involved. In terms of what gangs were involved, that will come out in court. But it had a connection to a cartel as well as known U.S. gang members. What I can tell you is a Mexican gang, not going to name which gang it was, but we had connections to a Mexican cartel as well as U.S. gangs.
WGNS's Scott Walker was there at the press conference, and he has more.
Authorities are continuing to search for 6 additional suspects who remain at large, in addition to those who are already arrested. And this is a multi-agency operation involving not only Murfreesboro Police, but TBI's Middle Tennessee Drug-Related Death Task Force, in addition to Metro Police, the DEA, the ATF, the 18th Judicial District Drug Task Force, the Tennessee Highway Patrol, their interdiction unit, Laverne Police, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, and Smyrna Police.
I'm Jason Urban. I'm the Chief of Police from the Smyrna Police Department. I'm very proud of our participation and involvement in this case. These cases, having worked investigations many years, are very painstaking and integral. Takes a lot of work, and I think a lot of people that are not in police work don't understand how deep and how involved these cases get, and the time it takes, the hours that people have to take away from their family, the danger they put themselves in for working these cases and be involved in these investigations. And I think it's important to understand that all that is done, sacrifice and make those sacrifices in order to keep our community safe and to save lives. I think it's very important that we continue to collaborate and work together. As someone mentioned earlier, we're stronger together. And when we work together, we're able to solve a lot of these cases, put the pieces together, and do a lot of good for our community.
And yes, it is still an ongoing and open case in this multi-agency 2+ year operation. And once more, 6 people have yet to be apprehended who are already named in warrants. And more arrests are expected.
WGNS's Heidi Kaysen has the names of those individuals who have already been indicted.
The following individuals have been indicted on multiple charges. Gregory Holt, who's 29, charged with conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, and possess fentanyl. Facing those same charges are 26-year-old Chandler Stewart, 28-year-old Mark Buchanan, 26-year-old Edarius Howard, 27-year-old Bryant Parker, 29-year-old Deborah Woodard. Jaleisha Davis, who's 33, faces charges of conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, possess fentanyl, manufacture, deliver, sell, possess with the intent ×3, plus possession of a firearm with the intent to go armed during a dangerous felony. Facing similar charges are 33-year-old Thomas Dixon, and also arrested with conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, or possess fentanyl were 29-year-old Brandon Littman, 26-year-old Caitlin Gann, 24-year-old Evan Overstreet, Omar Ponce, age 21, and 37-year-old Ricky Holman. Also included Elliot Rutledge, age 42. And again, these are charged with conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, or possess fentanyl. Also named 22-year-old Anthony Chambers, 38-year-old Justin Brake, 31-year-old Preston Davis, Harlan Zeiker Jr., age 24, Joby Elliott, age 35, who's also facing a charge of second-degree murder. And arrested were 37-year-old Ashley Peters, again for conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, or possess fentanyl. And also arrested Mary Aya Bellin, age 39, Gabriella Wolcott, age 31, and Brittany Sled, age 43. In addition to those names, the following are facing not only those conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, or possess fentanyl charges, but also second-degree murder charges, all tied to fentanyl. And those additional persons were 66-year-old Keith Denton and 33-year-old Michael Denton. Also facing that second-degree murder charge tied to fentanyl, Ernesto Duran Hernandez, who's 38. And the list goes on. Jesus Mendoza Vera, who's 27, faces a charge of not only that conspiracy to manufacture, deliver, sell, or possess fentanyl, but also a charge of second-degree murder, again all tied to fentanyl. For WGNS News, I'm Heidi Kaysen.
We will continue to follow this story, but just to recap some of the items that were seized: 15 pounds of fentanyl, 2.5 pounds of methamphetamine, 2.5 pounds of heroin, 2 pounds of cocaine, and 61 firearms, including automatic weapons linked to homicides. Larry Flowers with the MPD noted,
the removal of these dangerous criminals off the streets of Murfreesboro and the streets of Middle Tennessee area makes it safer for families, for businesses, and even for our future generations.
Once more, we'll continue to follow this story. For WGNS News, I'm Bradley Wilshire.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at wgnsradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news. This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
All right, friends, coming up on WGNS tonight. It's Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees. Clark Blair, Rod Edwards, Danny Brewer. We'll have conversation beginning at 6 o'clock tonight with Murphy's matchup starting at 7. So lots of high school conversation, not only football, but other sports. We go into college, Titans, baseball, you name it. We're talking about it on Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees. Tomorrow night, it's the big matchup between the two undefeated 6A teams in Rutherford County, Oakland and Blackman. It's from Blackman High School, Blackman, Oakland. Pregame begins at 6. The Friday Night Thunder pregame show, 6:30. Primetime Sports Countdown to the Game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then after the game, of course, we'll have the Friday Night Thunder scoreboard show after our game and until 11 o'clock. And don't forget, you can listen on 101.9, 100.5, wgnsradio.com, and watch on Big G TV. Saturday morning, also on those same channels, if you will, frequencies and video, YouTube, all that good stuff. Prentice also Heating and Air, Coach's Corner. Pre-game, or our conversation begins at 9 o'clock with Riverdale, and we move right on through to MTCS Cougar Corner at 11:15, talking to all the high schools here in Rutherford County. And then Saturday afternoon, Middle Tennessee football at Kennesaw State, 3:30 pregame with kickoff of 5 o'clock. You'll hear it right here on WGNS. That's the latest sports news. We'll be back in a moment.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor, you visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But the infections just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news, relief is possible. How? a minimally invasive procedure done in the office of Murfreesboro Sinus Center called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, pressure, pain, congestion? Set an appointment today with Murfreesboro Sinus Center and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 615-649-4590. 615-649-4590. That's 615-649-4590.
This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Auctions are such a fun and easy way to buy real estate. We've got lots coming up. Don't miss out on this one.
Absolute auction on a fantastic 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath end unit townhome. Perfectly located just minutes from I-24 with easy access to Nashville and the borough. Ideal for rental investment or your forever home. See you Thursday, September 25th at 4 p.m. More information at maplesrealtyandauction.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction.
Don't throw away old flags. WGNS retires old glory with respect. Bring those tattered Bibles here, too. We're more than talk.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You can take control of your energy use with the free MyMTE app. Just track your usage online, pay your bills, report outages, many of the things and many more things that you can do on the MyMTE app. Well, today is a special show as we talk about special kids. Been waiting all day to say that, Holly. Holly Sylvester joins us, event specialist with Special Kids. Good to have you.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm so delighted to be here.
I haven't seen you around with Special Kids lately, so, I mean, you've got a brand new story to tell, huh?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm brand new in my role at Special Kids. I've been with them about 3.5 months now, but we have really hit the ground running, and we're excited about our upcoming events, especially the coming Fall Golf Classic.
Yeah. Well, I guess Casey can now no longer be the newbie.
That's true. Yes, I definitely took that from her.
And I guess the last conversation, I guess it was with Casey and Frida, who, you know Frida Morgan now.
Of course. Who doesn't know Frida? She's a wonderful, wonderful delight in our office.
You know, I can't imagine, you know, when she said she was retiring from banking, I thought, well, gosh, what is Frida going to do? She's, you know, and then the very next day it was stay tuned for Frida 2.0, and they came busting out of the box with Special Kids. So what I've noticed about Special Kids, and it starts with Chris and, you know, really kind of goes through the staff, and your story you were telling me earlier is much the same. It's a place that has had such an impact that it's not like work. It's like,
right, yeah.
It's like your mission field almost.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I think what I said to you earlier was it's like finding the family I didn't know I was missing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm so delighted to be there. I have a special connection with Special Kids. So I have a son who's on the spectrum, and probably about 14, 15 years ago, he was evaluated at Special Kids. And yeah, they set us on the right path and got us connected with the things that were going to meet our needs at that time. And yeah, I mean, it held a special place in my heart. And when this opportunity came up, I couldn't help it. I had to apply.
Yeah. Well, I'm delighted to see, you know, Special Kids growing, and you can always tell a healthy organization when, you know, you're adding people and just getting the word out in a greater, I guess, method. And part of that is because of the rapid growth we're having here in Rutherford County too, in Middle Tennessee, I would think. The need is there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're building such a phenomenal team there at Special Kids. We're really, of course, Frida just came on. We've got Casey, and I'm brand new in my role. And, like I said, we've really hit the ground running, and we're just very excited about the future and all the growth opportunities that are coming with everything happening in Murfreesboro right now.
So there are so many events, we need an event specialist, which is cool, and because it does take a lot of planning to put these things together to make them as successful as they can be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, essentially a lot of the fundraising that we do is through events. So, my role there is to kind of create those events, build them from the ground up, and make sure that they run smoothly and successfully, and that we're able to use them effectively to tell our story and to generate funds so that we can run that very important therapy and nursing center there at Special Kids.
Rutherford County is such a growing place. I cannot remember the exact statistic, but there are like 10 people a day moving into the county. We're talking about moving into the county, and maybe a lot of people stumble across a news story or the podcast or listen to this show, and they hear about Special Kids, but not are really sure what Special Kids is. So maybe kind of give us an overview or an elevator speech about what Special Kids is and does.
Yeah, absolutely. So Special Kids is a nonprofit therapy and nursing center for children with special needs here in our community and the communities that surround us. So we welcome kids anywhere from birth to age 21, and they might come to us with all sorts of different needs. So maybe a physical disability, or perhaps, like my son, they'd be on the autism spectrum. Perhaps they need help with food therapies and things like that we offer. So we offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, feeding therapy, speech therapy, and then of course we have our nursing center as well.
So a lot, and of course Special Kids has certainly grown since its inception and has been here. And you mentioned autism. There's been a lot of news about that lately, but the thing that you just gave an example about food therapy. It could be a texture thing. It could
Absolutely.
be, and to get through those, you need help.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different reasons why a child might need feeding therapy. You're right. It could be a texture issue. It could be a physical disability that they were born with, cleft palate, cleft lip, things like that. These things can make these challenges just unbelievable for these families, and they're already dealing with so much. And so it's our job to kind of come alongside them and to ensure that they have what they need and that their child can learn to do things that might seem like second nature to other parents and other families.
Yeah, I was sharing with you about my new granddaughter at 4 months, and the kids were talking about, it was 3:45 and she was just having a good old time in the playpen kicking, and I wanted to go to bed. But I think about them and then think about the challenges of maybe a child with special needs, and it's like it's already overwhelming, and you just add that on top, and it's not like something you can run to Kroger and fix,
No, you're right.
Just to know that Special Kids is there has to be a big help for all these parents who are going through maybe some situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, the other thing is that insurance doesn't cover a lot of these therapies and treatments, or they only cover them to a point. And so that's why fundraising through Special Kids is so important. That's why I feel like my role with Special Kids is so vital to the organization, because we try to come alongside those parents and meet them where insurance leaves off, so that no child is ever turned away, and that these families can have that care that they so desperately need, regardless of their ability to pay.
Well, Special Kids has a special place in this community and in the hearts of a lot of people, and I'm sure that when you talk about your golf classic here, and we're going to jump into that, just telling your story and for people to get to go have fun playing golf and participate and know what they're doing is helping Special Kids makes it just an easy ask, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So we definitely try to have some events throughout the year that are a lot of fun and that are going to appeal to different groups of people, and the Golf Classic is no exception.
So the Golf Classic is one of the events, and what is the other event? It's slipping my, is it trivia?
So
the race?
We just had trivia earlier this week, so it's been a big week for Special Kids. It was our inaugural trivia event, and it was such a success. A lot of fun. We can absolutely credit Miss Frida Morgan with helping to put that together. And then on March 14th, we'll have the Special Kids race.
Yeah. So, of course, we've promoted the race for many, many years, and we had just promoted the trivia night, and it almost seems when anything that Frida does, it almost seems like it's been done for 15 years. But I mean, it's kind of crazy that this is the inaugural. But glad that event went well. So October brings the Special Kids Golf Classic. So give me the details on when this is happening and that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Special Kids Fall Golf Classic is going to take place on October 24th at Cedar Crest Golf Club right here in Murfreesboro. So just right down Jefferson Pike. And we're so excited. We have 2 different tee times that we're going to offer to our golfers. So you can come out early in the morning at 7:30 and you can start your day with Chick-fil-A, have a Chick-fil-A breakfast biscuit and player check-in. So we're excited. Nobody loves a chicken biscuit like me.
Well, of course, you can't go wrong there.
So we're so excited to have them as one of our sponsors. So that 7:30 a.m. Tea time is going to have breakfast with Chick-fil-A, and then we'll do a 1 o'clock tea time for our afternoon golfers. So if you're not a morning person, you can come on out and play at 1 o'clock. And then, of course, we'll have lunch in between for all of our golfers as well. So everyone's welcome there.
And a good reason on that Friday to get out of the office.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Why not? You can go in and do a little work that morning, and you have a business lunch or something that afternoon, and then you just go play golf, or vice versa. Maybe take the whole day off.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have so many local businesses that have come alongside and sponsored us and partnered with us, and they have really they'll a lot of times give away those tea times to some of their guys, and they really enjoy getting to count that as a work day.
Boy, you can't go wrong with that for sure. And being at Cedar Crest, I know that the Hollingshead family is very much in support of what Special Kids is doing, and SRM is one of your presenting sponsors.
Yeah, they are the presenting sponsor for this event. So we're always so grateful for SRM and their kindness, and what a friend they've been to Special Kids throughout the years. So we're excited to be out there on their course again for this Fall Golf Classic.
So give me some information. I would assume you could go to specialkidstn.org to find everything you need to know.
Absolutely.
Are there still spots for a foursome?
Yeah, so we do still have some spots. I think that morning spot might be almost sold out, and then we have a handful left in the afternoon. So we'd love to have anyone else who wants to sign up come on. And then also we have some sponsorships still available. So we are so close to our goal. We are so close, and I feel very grateful for that, but I'd love to just blow it out of the water and really make this a special fall for Special Kids.
So there are, of course, some positions for, are you looking for whole sponsors, or what kind of sponsors are you thinking here?
So I mean, I love our sponsor program. It starts as low as $300, and that's our whole sponsor, and that's kind of the easiest one, I think, for people, the most approachable one. And then we have different increments that go all the way on up, and they have different benefits that are associated with them as well. So I think right now we're really looking for those whole sponsors, but if you go on up to an Eagle sponsor at $1,500, it also gets you a team in the tournament.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, and I guess you've carved out a few of those just to make sure that those Eagle sponsors have that, right?
We'll have them covered for sure.
Okay. Well, that's good. So it is coming up on Friday, October 24th. And again, if you go to specialkidstn.org and then look under events, you'll find the Golf Classic. And gosh, it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, it is. It is. We feel like it's breathing down our necks right now, but we're so excited about it.
Yeah. And having an event in the fall is just so much fun. Usually October is a very dry month, but it's very comfortable, and just the change of the season.
It's Tennessee, so you never know.
Well, I'm hoping that just by saying that we'll get some good
put it out there
juju going here, to make sure that happens. But again, specialkidstn.org, and sign your team up. Anything else you want to mention about the Golf Classic?
Yeah, I think this year we're just really trying to breathe some new life into it. So we've been putting on the same event every single year, and this year we have some really great treats and surprises for our golfers. I think they're going to be really excited to be with us. So come on out. You'll have to see it You'll have to see it for yourself, but it's going to be a great day.
Well, I'm going to be sure to put on our podcast a link where you can just go, and it takes you right to the page where you can register or become a sponsor of the Special Kids Golf Classic, which is October the 24th. I did notice that when I went onto the website, at the very top, it talks about, your giving gives hope. And maybe you're not a golfer out there, but you have a special place for special kids, or you, really think that the mission of Special Kids is something that you would like to support. And as we get toward the end of the year, there are folks that are looking toward maybe a tax incentive for themselves, or that kind of thing, so they have an opportunity to give to Special Kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are just kicking off our Hope Drive at Special Kids, and so that's really our end of the year giving campaign, and it really helps us to just fund the whole therapy and nursing center. We really rely on our Hope Drive at the end of the year to really I guess you say keep the lights on and make sure that we can continue serving this community and serving those children with special needs as they continue to come into our lives. So definitely be looking into that if you're interested, not a golfer, but you want to give to Special Kids. We need those partners. And exciting news, we have some local supporters that have decided to match all donations for Hope Drive up to $150,000. So that means, our $150,000, the first 150 is going to actually be $300,000. So definitely a great time to get involved and support Special Kids.
So that means if you go to specialkidstn.org and you decide I'm going to give $100, that means 200. So think about it that way. Whatever your contribution is, it can be doubled.
They're going to match it. Yeah.
Make such a big difference for sure. So we'll be certain to put a link to that on there as well. It's I always enjoy getting to talk to new people, and especially when it is with an organization that we have had decades of history with and talking to here, and just seeing the excitement, it gets me reinvigorated about what's going on with Special Kids. So a lot of good things going on.
Absolutely. So we're very excited, looking forward.
Well, thanks for coming in today, and I hope I didn't scare you away. Maybe you'll come back and talk next time with us. Very good. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Holly Sylvester joining us today, the event specialist with Special Kids. Again, the Golf Classic is coming up October 24th, and the end of year giving, you can take care of that. Really make a difference if you're not a golfer, or if you want to play golf. A few spots left and want to sponsor that. We'll put links to all of that in the podcast section of wgnsradio.com. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here next time, right here on Rutherford Issues.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home has...
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.